Hello, this is Algebra 1, Lesson 32, and this lesson is about word problems. So they're going to tell you a bunch of words, and you're going to have to try to figure out what they are using algebraic phrasing. So the first one says, the sum of twice the number of twice a number and 13 is 75. Find the number. Okay, so we're just going to use our algebraic phrasing to solve this as an equation. And we remember that of means times, and when we see a number, we're gonna use, that's gonna be our variable, so that could be x, n, whatever you want it to be. And is gonna be our equal sign. Okay, so those are our main things. So we need the sum. That means we're gonna add twice the number and 13. So twice the number will be 2n plus 13. That's the sum of twice the number, 2n and 13, is 75. So now all we have to do is solve, since we have an equation here. So we're going to subtract 13 on both sides. Those cancel. We get 2n equals, let's see, 5 minus 3 is 2. 7 minus 1 is 6. 2n is 62. So now we are going to divide by 2. And we get n equals 31. So there's the answer to that one. These are pretty basic. We're just combining what we know about solving equations and what we know about algebraic phrasing into finding the answer, the solution, the root of the equation. All right, let's try another one if there is one. Let's see. 32.2. And in your textbook, I'm on page 132. Find a number such that 13 less than twice the number is 37. So it's 13 less than twice the number is 137. Actually, I can fit that over here. Okay. 13 less than twice the number is 137. So 13 less than twice the number would be 2n. 13 less than that, minus 13, is our equal sign, 137. Okay? Alright, so there's that part. It's on this side of the equal sign. Here's our is, and then this part's on the other side of the equal sign. Okay? So that is going to divide what's over here and what's over there. Alright, so now we're going to do plus 13 on both sides. We want to undo that minus 13. Those cancel. We get 2n equals. Now we're going to add these. 3, that'll be 10. Carry the 1. 3, 4, 5. 150. And then we divide by 2. 1/2 of 150 will be 75. Oh, I had to sneeze. Sorry. All right. And there we go. So the answer to that one is 75. All right. Let's try another one. 23.3. They give you a lot of examples on these. Find a number such that 5 times the number is decreased by 14. Is decreased by 14. The result is twice the opposite of the number. The result is twice the opposite of the number. The opposite of, I'm just going to put n for number. Okay, so after is, so that's what we're going to have on one side. Here's our is. Okay, so 5 times the number is decreased by 14. So 5 times the number will be 5n. Decreased by 14 means minus 14. Is our equal sign. Twice the opposite of the number. So 2n, and then the opposite would be negative 2n. Okay? Negative 2n, twice the opposite of the number. All right. Now we're going to do, let's see, we need to subtract 5n over on both sides. Those cancel. We get negative 14 equals negative 7n. Then we're going to divide by negative 7. And we're going to get n equals 2. And it wouldn't be negative 2 because these two negatives cancel each other out. Okay, so that one is 2. Alright, let's try another one. And they're going to phrase these in multiple different ways so that it's anything that you could run across. We've done a practice problem like that. Find a number which decreased by 18 equals 5 times the opposite. So, number decreased by 18 equals 5 times its opposite. 5 times its opposite. Okay, so equals, there's the middle of our problem right there. We're going to have 5 times its opposite on one side, and the number is decreased by 18 on the other side. So n minus 18 equals 5 times the number's opposite, negative 5n. Alright, so for this one, I'm going to subtract n. So right here, I've got negative 18 equals 5 minus 1. Remember, when we have an n with no number in front of it, that just means 1. So negative 5, negative 1 would be negative 6n. Then we're going to divide by negative 6. These two negatives cancel each other out. These cancel. We're going to get n equals 3, because 6 times 3 is 18. So if the number is decreased by 18, 3 minus 18 would be negative 15. Is 5 times its opposite. 5 times the opposite, 3 times 5 is 15, that would be negative 15. So that is correct. Alright, let's see, 32.5. This one says, we get the same result if we multiply 3 or if we multiply the number by 5 and then add 2. Find the number. Okay, so that one's a little harder. Alright, so it says we get the same result if we multiply a number by 3 or if we multiply a number by 5 and then add 2. Okay, this one's a little harder. So we're going to look at this one. We get the same result. So that means they're going to give us two different procedures, and those are going to be equal. That means same result. This or right here is the center of our problem. All right, so we're going to multiply a number by 3. Multiply by 3. Or if we multiply the number by 5, and then add 2. So it's going to be the same result if we do these two things, multiply by 5 and add 2, or if we multiply by 3. All right. So we're going to write this out. So multiply by 3. So 3 times n. And that's going to be equal to number multiplied by 5, 5n. Then add 2 plus 2. Okay. So now we're just going to solve. Minus 5n. They're making me work with lots of negative variables. Sometimes you have to. There's nothing else you can do. If we did minus 3, we'd end up with 0 over here. And then we just have to move the 2 to the other side. And it would just be in more trouble than it's worth. Alright, so this will be negative 2n equals 2. And then we're going to divide by negative 2. And we're going to get n is equal to negative 1. So on that one, the answer is negative 1. Alright, so pause the video and do the practice problems, and I will come back and work them for you. Alright, so hopefully you guys paused the video, you've got those practice problems all done, and now I'm going to work them out. Alright, so the first one says 4 times a number decreased by 8 equals 92. 4 times a number would be 4n. Decreased by 8 would be minus 8. Equals, as our equal sign, 92. Okay, so there's our problem. You guys should have got that. Now we're just going to solve, so we're going to add 8 to both sides to get rid of that negative 8. We get 4n equals 100. Okay, and then we're going to divide by 4. And we're going to get n equals 25. Let me double check that, but I'm pretty positive that is right. This is 32. Yep, 25 is the answer for that one. Okay, and we'll try B here. B says, actually, let me give it some more room. Erase that. Alright, B is the product of 4 and a number is decreased by 12. The result is twice the opposite of the number. Okay, so product of 4 and a number, product means to multiply, so 4n is decreased by 12, minus 12. The result, so that means equals, is twice the opposite of the number. So twice the number opposite, twice the opposite of the number. Okay? Alright, so I'm going to do minus 4n. These cancel. I get negative 12 equals negative 6n. Now I'm going to divide by negative 6. And I'm going to get n equals, these two negatives cancel each other, 2. So the answer to that one is 2. Alright, that's it for lesson 32.